Let me make this clear. If your mind feels cluttered, if you're struggling to focus, can't think clearly, or feel disconnected from your own thoughts, it's not because something's broken in you. It's because your mind is overwhelmed. Not with peace or truth, but with noise. And yes, you've allowed that noise in. The noise of the world. The noise of opinions. Of fear. Of doubt. Of comparison. It's drowning out your inner voice. And until you silence that noise, you won't find peace. You won't find direction. You won't find yourself. Noise doesn't just come from the outside. Sometimes it starts inside, from that inner critic telling you you're not good enough, not smart enough, not worthy. That voice is lying. Every time you wake up and grab your phone to scroll through filtered snapshots of someone else's life, you feed that noise. Every time you listen to people who've never built anything, never risked anything, but feel entitled to speak on your journey, that's more noise. And it has to go. Your mind is under constant attack, 24/7 stimulation, non-stop input, endless distractions. We weren't created to process all of this chaos. Yet every morning, people wake up and walk straight into a world that screams at them. Buy this. Look like that. Think this way. And somewhere in that madness, they lose who they are. The noise becomes louder than their purpose. Cutting through that noise requires intention. You have to say no to what doesn't serve you. You have to unplug. Take control of your environment. If you're surrounded by gossip, drama, and negativity, that's noise. If your media, your conversations, your music stress you out, confuse you, or drain you, that's noise. Silence is powerful, but most people fear it. They always need something playing, something flashing, something buzzing. Silence forces you to face your own thoughts, your fears, your doubts. That's why people run from it. But if you truly want clarity, strength, and direction, you have to sit in the silence. Get comfortable being alone with your thoughts. Because that's where the truth lives, not in the chaos, but in the stillness. People will call you crazy for disconnecting. They'll say you're missing out, falling behind. Let them. That's just more noise. What they won't understand is the discipline it takes to protect your mind, to guard your peace, to turn off the world so you can tune in to yourself. They might not get it, but you'll feel it. The fog lifts. The pressure eases. You can finally breathe. Cutting out the noise doesn't mean running from life. It means approaching life with clarity. It means being selective about what enters your mind, what influences your spirit, and what shapes your perspective. Your mind is sacred. Whatever you let in, grows. Whatever you tolerate, takes over. So if the distractions are too loud, it's time to step back and reset. Because peace isn't passive, it's a decision. And if you want it, you have to fight for it. That fight begins with eliminating the noise. If you want to change your life, start by changing the way you think. Every action, every choice, every result, it all begins in your mind. And if your thoughts are chaotic, your life will be too. Discipline doesn't just start with habits, it starts with mindset. Your thoughts are the roots, your life is the fruit. Mental discipline means you don't let fear or doubt take up space in your head. Your mind isn't a hotel for every random thought or emotion. You have to train it, just like you train your body. You have to build mental strength through consistency, focus, and effort. What's playing in your head all day? What's the story you keep repeating to yourself? If you constantly tell yourself you can't do it, it becomes your reality. Not because it's true, but because you've convinced yourself it is. Feed your mind weakness. It gives you excuses. Feed it strength. It gives you results. Discipline means stopping negative thoughts before they take root. Replacing lies with truth. Doubt with confidence. That's a daily choice. A daily battle. And the enemy? Distraction. Fear. Laziness. Self-sabotage. You must lead your mind, not follow it. If you don't train it, it weakens. But if you challenge it, it grows. Read things that challenge you. Be around people who stretch you. Reflect on your actions, your failures, your wins. Be real with yourself. That's how you build mental discipline. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. You can't prevent storms, but you can choose how to stand in them. A disciplined mind doesn't fold under pressure. It doesn't panic when things get hard. It stays focused, because it's been trained for moments like this. When your mind is disciplined, you don't react, you respond. You stop chasing approval and start chasing purpose. You stop living by emotion and start living by principle. That's when everything shifts. Your mindset begins to shape your reality, not the other way around. Most people want success, but they don't want the mental discipline it requires. They want peace, but they won't do the work. They want clarity, but stay consumed by distractions. You can't have both. You either lead your mind, or your mind leads you. And if left unchecked, your mind will pull you into places you never wanted to be. It'll have you chasing what doesn't matter, fearing what won't last, and living beneath your calling. Discipline is freedom. It may sound contradictory, but it's real. A disciplined mind is free from fear, free from doubt, free from people's opinions. You move with confidence because you know who you are, what you value, and where you're going, and nothing can shake that. Here's a truth that hits deeper than fear or failure: unforgiveness. Holding on to pain, betrayal, or resentment, it will poison your peace, cloud your mind, and drain your soul. You can't move forward while dragging chains from the past. If you want to free your mind, you've got to forgive. And no, forgiveness isn't about pretending it didn't hurt. It's not about forgetting. It's about freeing yourself, saying, "This pain no longer controls me. This betrayal doesn't define me." Some of you are stuck in memories from years ago, replaying them over and over like a broken record. That's emotional prison, and the key to that cell is in your hands, not theirs. You're waiting for an apology that may never come. You're hoping for closure from people who might never take responsibility. So what now? Stay stuck? Or take your power back? Forgiveness isn't weakness. It's strength. It's maturity. It's choosing peace, even when they don't deserve it. That doesn't mean letting people walk over you. It means setting boundaries. It means you grow wiser, stronger, more discerning. The pain may have wounded you, but it doesn't have to define you. And maybe, just maybe, you need to forgive yourself. That mistake, that regret, that thing you wish you could erase. You're carrying it like a burden, punishing yourself daily. But hear this: you are not your past. You are not that one bad choice. Show yourself grace, learn, grow, but don't stay stuck. You can't pursue peace with a polluted mind. You have to clear that space. Make room for growth, for clarity, for vision. And that begins with letting go of offense, of pain, of the past. Your spirit is starving. That's the truth no one says out loud. You feed your body, you feed your ego, but your soul, it's starving for peace, for truth, for something real. And if you don't feed your spirit, the world will do it for you, with lies, with noise, with emptiness. That's why you feel unfulfilled, restless, empty, because your spirit is malnourished. Feeding your spirit is a daily decision. Just like your body needs nourishment every day, so does your soul. You can't stay grounded if you're spiritually starving. You can't stand strong in storms if your roots are weak. Every day, before the world shouts at you, pause, breathe, reflect, pray. Feed your soul first. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. That's alignment. If you think you're too busy to feed your spirit, remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. If you want to lead better, love better, live better, then fuel your spirit. Because everything flows from that place. Your words, your energy, your decisions, they all come from within. So guard what you consume, what you read, watch, and listen to. Choose nourishment over noise, truth over trends, wisdom over distraction. That's how you change your life, from the inside out. It's not about being perfect, it's about being conscious. Aware of what you allow into your mind, your space, your soul. The people you spend time with, they feed your spirit too. Some lift you up, some leave you empty, some help you grow, others keep you stuck. Pay attention to the energy around you. Protect your peace like your life depends on it, because it does. If someone constantly brings chaos, drains your energy, or pulls you from your purpose, that's not nourishment. That's poison, and you have both the right and the responsibility to choose differently. There's real power in setting aside time each day to connect to something deeper than yourself. To pause, to step out of the noise and just be still. Whether it's prayer, meditation, reflection, or reading, how you do it doesn't matter. What matters is that you do it. Because in the quiet, you hear the truth, you hear clarity, you hear your inner voice again, the one that's been drowned out. That's where strength is born. That's where purpose awakens. People chase peace in all the wrong places: money, attention, status, but none of it satisfies. Real peace is internal. It's the result of a nurtured, disciplined spirit. It takes effort. It takes showing up for yourself every single day. When your spirit is full, you walk differently. You speak with a quiet confidence, not because you have all the answers, but because you're connected to something real. You move with purpose, not because life is easy, but because you're anchored. Challenges don't shake you. Storms don't break you. Why? Because you've built something solid on the inside. You can't expect peace while inviting chaos. You can't expect growth while feeding on distractions. Your mind is a garden. What you plant is what grows. Garbage in, garbage out. It's a universal law. If you want clarity, start cutting out the noise. Stop taking in content that poisons your peace and sabotages your progress. Your mind is powerful, but also vulnerable. It adapts to what you expose it to. Every image, every word, every conversation shapes your thinking. Slowly, subtly, it builds you or breaks you. It shows up in your habits, your moods, your decisions. Let's talk about the media you consume, the shows, the music, the headlines. People say, it's just entertainment. But what entertains you, trains you. It shapes your values, your expectations, your worldview. If you constantly take in gossip, violence, and fear, don't be surprised when your spirit feels heavy and your peace goes missing. And then there's social media, one of the biggest mental pollutants of our time. You wake up and start scrolling through filtered lives, comparing yourself, judging, doubting. You absorb illusion and call it reality. Meanwhile, your attention, your focus, your self-worth, all of it slips away. You get so caught up watching others live, you forget to live your own life. That's the danger of unchecked input. It steals your identity. Not every voice deserves space in your mind. Not everything deserves your attention. Guard your mental space like your future depends on it, because it does. You wouldn't let someone walk into your house and destroy it, so why let toxic influences into your mind? Set boundaries. Cut off what drains you. Silence what distracts you. Distance yourself from anything that disrespects your values or threatens your peace. And remember, it's not just about what's on your screen. People are inputs too. The energy people bring matters. Constant negativity, complaining, and fear are contagious. Spend enough time around it, and it becomes your energy too. That's why you have to be intentional about who you keep close. Protect your vibe. Surround yourself with people who inspire growth, not shrinkage. You want peace? Choose relationships that support it. Say no to gossip. Say no to what entertains you but empties you. It's not about perfection, it's about awareness, discipline, mindfulness. Every time you let negativity in, you give it power to influence your choices, drain your motivation, and steal your focus. And the more power you give away, the less control you have over your own mind. Taking back control starts with cutting off what doesn't serve you, what doesn't align with your purpose, what doesn't push you toward who you're trying to become. Because when you limit the negative, you create space for clarity, for creativity, for direction. You hear yourself again, and that's when everything starts to change. That's when you stop reacting to life and start leading it. You begin to move with intention, to act with purpose, to live from the inside out, instead of being driven by everything outside of you. It's not easy. It takes courage. It takes discipline. But this is the real work. The real detox. Not just escaping negativity, but removing it from the root, replacing it with peace, purpose, and inputs that elevate your mind. Let me leave you with this. Your mind is the control center of your life. Where it goes, everything else follows. If it's cluttered and polluted, your whole life will feel off, your health, your relationships, your purpose. But if you take the time to heal it, to clear the junk, to feed your soul, then you unlock real power. Not from the outside world, but from within. Detoxing your mind isn't about running away. It's about reclaiming control, about choosing to rise above what's been holding you back, about deciding that you're no longer a slave to every thought, every trend, every distraction. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. And when your mind is clear and your heart is free, you respond with strength, with wisdom, with purpose. No one else can do this for you. Not your family, not your friends, not your partner. It's on you. Either you master your mind, or the world will do it for you. And the world doesn't care about your peace. But the moment you step back, unplug, forgive, reflect, and protect your energy, that's when you start truly living. You don't have to carry the weight of the past. You don't have to drown in noise. You don't have to feed your mind garbage and expect greatness. You were made for more. And it all starts with one decision. The decision to detox your mind. To clear the space. To rise. Because once your mind is right, your life follows. Once your thoughts align, your path becomes clear. So protect your peace, feed your spirit, and walk boldly in the power of a renewed mind.